Games. Book turned movie, really good movie. It's a really good adaptation. I don't really know what to say that hasn't already been said. It does the book a lot of justice. It has Susan Collins, the writer of the book, is actually a co-writer and co-producer of the movie, of the adaptation, and that's the big distinction. Is it's not the book is turned into the movie. It's an adaptation, so it's very, very, very similar and very close, but they made a few changes because the way you tell a story in a movie is vastly different from how you tell it in a book. For example, in a book, you'll spend an entire chapter describing what the lay of the land looks like, how Pan Am looks, how the Capitol looks, how District 12 looks, the fence and everything. But in a movie, it's literally back to the comparison of a picture is worth 1,000 words. Because that's exactly what you get. You see it all in a snapshot. So they have to make a lot of changes, and I think the changes that they make are really good. They don't add in anything, and yes, they take a few things away. But it's things that they can afford to take away. It's nothing that's actually... Well, it's everything that's in the book should be in the book, yes. But the things that they took out for the movie version was fine. It wasn't any critical, oh, they left that out, how could they leave that? No, it was never like that. One of the things I found really interesting, because I did wait a few days to make this, because I wanted to let the movie sink in, and I wanted to see what other people's thoughts were, so I could get more of a perspective on it. And here's what I found. The fans for this movie are the ones who read the book. Now, to me, this is really unique, because for Harry Potter, the fans of the movie were the ones who didn't read the books, and people who read the books were often going, oh, well, they screwed this up, oh, Dobby is way more vital to the role, oh, this is wrong, that's wrong, blah, blah, blah. But the people who really like the Hunger Games are people who read the books first. Now, this is really interesting to me, because when you think about it, there's... Now, I'm going to keep this as spoiler-free as I can. There's nothing here is actually going to be spoilerish. Well, that's your discretion. If you don't want to listen to this, skip ahead about 5 seconds. There's a scene in the movie where they're told, oh, now let's give a round of applause for our tributes. But no one does. Instead, they just, you know, do the three-finger thing. But I've seen a lot of people talking about how the ones who didn't read the book were saying, I don't get that part. What were they flipping off Effie? Was it a read between the lines, bitch? Or was it like, I don't get it. What was the point of that? So I thought that was a really interesting thing, because I knew exactly what it was, because I did read the books. And my friends and I, when we read it, everyone who read the books would sit there and go, oh man, that's so awesome. Oh man, that's so cool. But the people who didn't read it were all confused, because they didn't pause the movie, and Katniss didn't walk in and go, now the reason for this is it's a sign of respect. Now they never did that, which I really liked. I thought was really cool. They actually assume that you read the books first, and fans really, really like that, because it actually shows that you're taking your audience seriously, that the audience that's coming to see it, they're coming to see it because they like the books, not because of all the hype and all this stuff, which I'm sure a lot did. But my point is that it's a very interesting parallel, because when you compare it to, say, Harry Potter, which is the other really big franchise of book-turned-movie, it is very unique in that, well, it's not unique, it's very common, as how book lovers are like, oh, this is not like the books are! But with the Hunger Games, it's the exact opposite. It's the polar opposite to that, where fans of the book are like, yeah! So I thought that was really, really interesting, that was a really interesting parallel, that it's a very different fan set from every other book adaptation for a movie has ever had, at least that I've seen. But overall, I'd say it was really well done. The acting was superb, the environment, the world that was created was excellent. And they had a lot of fun in Capitol. They had a lot of fun with people's looks. How everyone looked at, how everyone acted, it was exactly how it was in the book, and it's what you wanted to see. And everyone's acting, like Caesar, President Snow, everyone. It was fantastic. It was really, really good. I was really really pleased with it. At first I wasn't really excited for the movie because, well, it's a book. I really like the book. And given that I don't read books, this was a pretty big thing. I was like, oh man, oh, is it gonna suck? Is it gonna be good? I don't know how to feel. But then, as I started looking more into it and started, you know, more and more stuff coming up for it, I started getting excited. And when I found out, because I don't do any research when it comes to movies, when I found out that Susan Collins actually was a co-writer and co-producer of the film adaptation, I was like, oh man, this is really cool. Now I'm excited. Because now we have the actual writer of the book is actually able to convey everything that needs to be in the movie will be conveyed properly. It's not going to be, you know, oh, well, we're going to cut this or we're going to cut that, or she's the person who's going to sit there and go, no, this has to be here. This is main to the point, to the plot of the whole series, because this is a trilogy. It's not a self-contained book, and that's one of the things that's another thing I'm finding that the book lovers are liking and the non-book lovers are hating, because in the arena I've seen people going, what's up with this? Like, why is it like this? And I don't understand these things about it. But you're not supposed to, because the entire story is told from Katniss's perspective. It's not told from the all-knowing third eye. It is told from the perspective of her. So she doesn't know everything, so you don't know everything. Now, one of the things I did really like in the movie that you don't get in the book is the perspective from various points, from various other points. For example, you always hear, oh man, I wonder what they're thinking in Capital, or oh man, I'm sure Caesar's laughing this part up. And instead of saying that, like her snarking going, I wonder what they're thinking, instead we actually saw it, and it never took away from it, because it was an intense scene, and Katniss would just, you know, it would stay intense. But then it would, you know, have Caesar going, oh, is that, oh, ooh, how are they going to react to this? And it was actually really interesting because it never took you out of the movie. It had you invested, and then it had you going, yeah, how are they acting? Now, to be fair, a lot of people who did not read the books, are still really enjoying the movie. Now, number of people who have not read the books, I find, are the ones who are not enjoying the movie. Now, that's just the majority. I have seen people who have read the books and say, oh man, this movie was just meh. I don't really care. It wasn't that good of an adaptation. But, you know, that's their opinion. And my opinion is well worth watching. I'm actually planning to go see it again, like, this weekend. I really liked it that much. So, that's my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think. I think it was really good. I think it was well worth watching. But yeah, I'm gonna end it there. I'll see you guys for the next thing.